Are you ready for some real thought-provoking conversations that lead to spiritual wisdom and discovery to provide you with clear direction on every area of your life? Well, sit back and relax. You've made it to the right place. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Heart of Inspiration. Hello! Oh my God, I'm back! Hi! Hey guys, how are you guys? It has been forever and ever. Forever and ever and ever. I've missed you all so much. Thanks for coming on in. Hit the like button when you come on in. I'm going to let folks kind of figure out that, yeah, I am alive again. I am alive. Hello, Melissa. How are you, dear? You guys let me know if you can hear me. You know, it's been a minute since I've been here. So I just wanted to kind of get together and chit chat, and we'll probably be doing something. We'll get back on our Sunday Soul podcast tip tomorrow. You got a dog? Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. I love the puppies. Hello. So hello to Facebook and hello to YouTube. Victoria, Happy New Year. Hello, beloved. Been forever. I was just thinking about you today. Hey, Angelia, how are you? Oh, gosh. All right, gang. We have a lot to talk about. There's been so much. Gemini's coming. There's been so much that has been going on in the world since I kind of dipped out. Do I not have it? Oh, God dang it. I don't want to. Whoa. Cat. Since I kind of dipped out and took a vacation. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. I should move over to the side so you guys can see. You need Gemini to train the dog? Yeah, we'll bring Gemini and Virgo. So, oh wait, that Dream Catcher is the newest edition. I actually got that one. So Secret Tarot got that for me for my birthday this past year. Yeah. And then you can't really see it very well, but up top right over here is a pendulum, thing. So I need to learn how to use that. Anyway, there's been a lot going on since I've been here last. I took a couple weeks off. I took more than a couple weeks off, but officially 2 weeks off. I went to North Carolina to visit my daughter, my eldest daughter, my youngest daughter, and I went. So we left out of here beating the storm, driving ahead of the storm on the 20, whatever that Wednesday before Christmas was, whatever day of the week what the date. And yeah, and I stayed down there till the day after New Year's. So, and then this week I've just had a lot of ish going on. Like, just, do you guys know how it is when you leave? Or like you could be on vacation, like from your job or whatever the case is, right? And so when you really are able to disconnect, like honestly disconnect and recharge and everything, it's a beautiful thing. But then when you come back, you're just like, okay. All right. And it's not that I didn't want to come back on YouTube, but it was hard to get back onto YouTube, right? And we've had so much stuff going on. Like I'm working on the Week of Kindness Summit again. We're doing it again in a couple weeks with Tony Kaufman, and I'll tell you guys more about that because I do definitely want y'all to come and watch that and sign up for that. And we got some huge speakers for that summit, and it's just crazy. It's just a lot going on, and we're expanding, we're doing all this stuff. And so it was hard. And I was like, I didn't know what to talk about. It sure does, Victoria, doesn't it? I forgot about that. Your house went down to 56 degrees and couldn't get warmer. Oh no, honey, that's terrible. Hey, Cericia. Victoria says, I believe you for my tarot oracle deck obsession. You have 90 decks now? That just inspired me to buy another one. Okay, here we go. It is an obsession. So anyway, so it's a little difficult to get back, but we're back. And there's a lot to talk about. A lot's happened since I've been gone. A lot of interesting things have happened. And I guess I'm just going to kind of open it up for just discussion about a number of different things, right? I wonder how this is going to work because what's the presentation? Slides, extra camera. Okay, that's interesting. Usually I like to bring up little situations, things to share, screen share. Let's do this. Let me open up my Canva and, or maybe not. Okay. Let me start here. So you guys know, last I left you, I started talking about the fact that we were entering into Mars retrograde. I think I left everybody at the new moon. Was it a new moon I left you at last in December? It's been a while. It might have been the full moon. But I told you that, we were in Mars retrograde that actually finally is going to be over. I think it's the 22nd of January. And a lot of people have been sleeping on Mars retrograde in Gemini because the Mercury retrograde is like sexier, right? Everybody knows about Mercury retrograde. Everybody blames everything on Mercury retrograde, and you'll even know about a Venus retrograde, but people don't pay attention to Mars retrogrades. And we should, because those happen a lot fewer. They're a lot less frequent. And this one was long. This was 3 months of retrograde season of Mars in Gemini in retrograde. And for those of you who are not yet astrology heads, welcome, welcome, welcome. You'll become one if you hang out with me long enough. And a tarot head. And hopefully a manifestation head. And an abundant head. And all of those things, yeah? But I know you're here. Mars retrograde in Gemini brings an aggressiveness to our thoughts, our speech, our action. And that is not necessarily bad. But it brings that. He's not been barking all day. I swear to God, he's not been barking all day. Yeah, 56 degrees. She's in Virginia, West Virginia, Virginia. Hey, Mystic Tarot, how are you, honey? You missed you too. It brings an aggression that I think sometimes we're not quite ready for. And it also has brought an aggression and an ability to easily misunderstand words. Easily be able to misunderstand and not be able to thoroughly and honestly and openly and easily communicate or understand the communication. So that put along with all of these with the moons, with this, with that, really has given us a hot mess of 3 months. Right? Hot mess in 3 months. Oh, she bought a husky. That's beautiful. It's like when you're on the phone and kids want your attention. Exactly, the dog. But Mars retrograde in Gemini has been a very lengthy journey, and for it to be at the end of the year and then the beginning of the new Gregorian year, not the real year, right? You can tell I'm not used to talking again a lot. Because the beginning of the real year, right, everybody knows, starts at the, right, spring, right? The winter solstice, spring equinox, right? Yes. And the summer solstice. Okay. Spring equinox. We know it starts at the beginning of spring. Okay. Like this whole January 1st situation is completely man-made. Do we know that? It's completely man-made. Okay, good. I'm glad we're all on the same thing. There's a TikTok I need to find. Actually, Route Smart Infinite Waters highlighted this gentleman's TikTok, and I watch him on TikTok. Anyway, he broke down like the fact that basically winter for the Romans, winter just was like basically a lost couple of months. They had a 10-month calendar. December, deck. Why is it the 12th month? Well, because basically there was no January and February. Like winter was just like dead time. Because really, if you think about it, winter is what? Dead time. It's a time for, you're not really doing a whole heck of a lot in the winter. You're not, right? We're not out planting. We're not out building. We're not out seeding. We're not out doing, right? You're basically, chilling at home and recuperating and getting ready for the next year. So there's these dead 2 months, basically January and February basically didn't exist. That's why Og, right? 8, 9, September, Sept, 9, Oct, 10, Nov, 11, Dec, 10. Wait, 10, right? That's what I said. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Nov would be 9, 9. And Dec, 10. But we'll leave that for another day. So this January, right? So January, we started this Gregorian year with this very aggressive, assertive energy. So for the last couple of months and coming into this month, you've been feeling like, listen, I'm really not in the mood to take your garbage anymore. Where you got to speak your speech, where you got to say what you want and mean what you say, and you're really not taking no for an answer. If that's been you, can you give me some hearts in the chat? Give me some hearts, or maybe give me some fire. Give me some fire in the chat. Give me some fire. Give me some fire in the chat. Has that been you, where you just been like, I'm not like gonna take it anymore? Like the 80s song, like, we're not gonna take it, right? That's what this has been. But not only that, there has been a lot more aggressive moves by a lot of people. And we've seen it out in the public eye. We've seen it everywhere. There's been a lot more aggressive moves where people just are not taking it. They're just not dealing with this anymore. So now we come into, now this is where Mercury retrograde enters into this, because Mercury retrograde happened, it started late December. It'll be over on the 18th. But even in the shadow time period, this is when we had like the Tory Lanez and Meg the Stallion situation, with the trial that Tory Lanez lost, was convicted, as he should have been. We had, I should have put Elon. See, I should have put a lot more people on that thumbnail. We had Elon dropping all these Twitter files. Now, that happened a little bit prior to Mercury retrograde shadow, but let me tell you something. If you have not been reading the Twitter files, Matt Taibbi, and there's a few other of the journalists that have been given these emails and conversations that were going on behind closed doors, you need to read it. And if for nothing else, so that you can get a real good idea, a real clear understanding about how those people who are in charge of various aspects of the matrix and its operation, how they think, how they operate, what they thought about you and me, how they feel and felt and still do feel entitled to running everything, and that they have the right to do that and make all these decisions for you. It gives you a good, clear, point of view. Now, what does that have to do with Mars retrograde? Well, let me tell you something. That's a very aggressive move, wouldn't you say? That's a bold move. We had the Harry and Meghan situation. Now, I only watched the first 3 of that goddamn 6-part miniseries. I suppose I'll suffer through the other 3 today, maybe. But good Lord, and now his book is dropping. What else have we had happen? On the lighter front, we had the whole Sister Wives thing break up. You know me and my reality TV. I really do rather enjoy a good dramatic reality TV. So that whole polygamous situation imploding. Just here recently, we had this whole crazy, insane, exciting debacle play out in the House with the House of Representatives and the Speaker of the House, it taking 15 votes for them to elect Kevin McCarthy's Speaker. And all the backdoor, backroom wheeling and dealing, and how a small minority said, no, it's not going to be status quo. If you agree with it or not, which I don't necessarily agree with everything that group, that Freedom Caucus is all about. But they stood on their beliefs, and they were like, we're not just going to rubber stamp you getting this job. We want something for our vote. I can't get mad at that, of them exercising the power that they really didn't realize they had. Hey, Christina Stearns. My God, what else? Y'all name some other things. Y'all, Kanye's missing. Kanye's missing. He was supposed to be over in Ghana with Dave Chappelle and them. He's not there. Kanye's missing. We had that young man, that football player, fell out on the field. Sad. But in this public shock, right? There's been a number of things that I guess what I'm saying is, I'm looking at all of these things happening. Oh yeah, child. Brenna got fired. Renna gone. Jen Shaw's locked up when we knew she was going to get locked up. Who else is missing? Who else is missing, Ceresia? Yes, girl, Kanye's missing. We ain't heard from Kanye. Ain't nobody seen Kanye. Ain't nobody heard from Kanye. Kanye ain't tweeted. Kanye ain't said a word. Now think what you want. I'm like, where the man go? Where at? What else has happened? Papa Benny And who? Who's that? And revelation that the alphabets had a hand in his resignation. Who you talking about? Oh, it's another rapper. Who is this Papa Benny person? I don't know who you talking about, baby. Um. Oh, no problem. I just don't know who you talking about. Tell me. Oh, the Pope Benedict. Oh, okay. Yes, he passed. We've got I don't know which rapper is missing, but I do know that there's one that's up on a RICO case. I can't remember his name now. I didn't know. See, I'm not Catholic, so I didn't think about it that way. I'm sorry, y'all. Who knows? So all of these things are happening, and a lot of these things have been happening now very fast and furious during Mercury retrograde. So I wanted to bring up the chart. Let me see. Let me bring up the chart for today. And we're coming now out of the full moon for Cancer. Now, this is what I will say. I know I was going to go live yesterday, y'all. I swear to you I was. And then I got tired. Full moons make me tired. Do full moons make y'all tired? Full moons make me tired. So what I decided to do was take my behind to bed. Y'all blame that on my children. Okay, because my children over the holiday weekend, my girls made sure that holiday time period, not weekend, the holiday season, made sure that I relaxed my tail off. Okay, here we go, gang. I know y'all missed this. Present, share screen, window. Yeah, they make me tired. I can't. Let me do this. Okay, so y'all can see it real good. I can't. The full moons are much harder for me to be with y'all doing something fun than the other one, the new moons. Like I get energized. But okay, so DeMar Hamlin, that's the NFL football player. He did do an IG post today. Thank goodness. He did a screen grab. Now, why are you screen grabbing with Michael Rubin and Meek Mill? It's hard for me to believe that he has just recovered that quickly. That's insane. Anyway, we're just going to go for that. Hey there, sweetheart. No problem, Michelle. Good to see you. Oh, you're the husky. Okay. Yes, yes. I get so tired. I get so tired. No, it wasn't a neck injury. No, child. I can't. I'm not even gonna. Let me stop. I'm not even gonna go that route right now with y'all. Let's just talk about this. So, Apollo, my God, where's Mercury at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Here we go. So stop. Oh, this I did not know. This is why it's so cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So Mercury is going retrograde and in Capricorn, and it's conjunct the sun. Happy birthday to all my Cappies. If you all right now feel like you are rethinking your foundational beliefs, once again, you're rethinking the decisions you made recently, once again, You're taking pause and a moment to say, I thought that I was going to start this direction in 2023, but I think I'm changing my mind. Once again, this is why. If it feels like people are not comprehending your explanation of the direction which you want to go in for 2023, again, this is why. If you feel like you're double-minded about things and it feels hard to make a decision, a concrete decision, this is why. Thankfully, beloved, you only have to deal with this for maybe another week. Well, a little bit more than a week and a half. It's going to truck on past the sun, but it's still going to be in Capricorn. It won't exit out of Capricorn by the time it's done. I don't think it shouldn't. So this Mercury retrograde is really asking you to rethink foundation. It was basically opposing the moon. It's opposing this full moon. And so probably some of your very, very, what you would perceive to be or what were very important relationships to you up until now might not feel so important anymore. Or you're doing a double take and a double tap and a double check. And that's okay. It's totally fine. I want you to do that. The universe wants you to do that. So also this adds to why there was so much confusion going on in the House of Representatives. Mr. McCarthy thought he was just going to get ushered in because, he deserved it. He's next up. He's been the minority leader. Oh, but there was enough people there to say, we want... One second. Can I call you back in about 15 minutes? I'm on live. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye. So they were on there, right? And they were in there and they're like, no, there's some concessions we want. There's some promises you need to make before you get what you get. So that makes perfect sense to me. So this is a time for you to rethink some very foundational relationships. Also, if over the last week or two, you've been beginning to see how people have been doing you dirty, that's because this Mars retrograde, it's basically going to go all the way back. Like it's in the first decade of Gemini. Like it literally it retraced everything that we had gotten. All the gains of Mars being in Gemini that we had received, it went back over. It was like, yeah, we're going to review this again. We're going to run this back. We're going to play this back for you. So with that, that's kind of at a quincux, right? So there's a lot of confusion in this Mars and Mercury retrograde quincux. It's 150 degrees apart. Yeah, that's 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Yep. So there's double-mindedness there. But what Mars in retrograde also does, retrogrades reveal? Holy crap. Holy cats. What a revelation. You're really getting the insight into how people think deep down inside. Not only that, I think that a lot of you are getting an insight into how you really think and who you really are and how you really wish to be, what you really wish to be known for and how you really wish to be seen. Right? And that coupled with the Mercury retrograde that is conjunct the sun in Capricorn, you're ready to make those changes. And honestly, guys, it is a fabulous time for you to do so. Do you know, because Finally, this year, and I'll look this up in just a second, Pluto is finally going to exit. Let's see. When does Pluto enter Aquarius? Very shortly. In March of 2023. So at the actual new year, right at the spring equinox. What a beautiful time. Wow. Holy. Once Pluto enters into Aquarius, it will be there for another decade. 11 years. It'll be there for 11 years till 2044. A transformation of ideas. Ideals. What a powerful, powerful time. Do you understand? So let's get back to this. That just hit me hard. I apologize. But during these first 3 months of the year, while all this not sure change and learning to express yourself and learning to come out and really say what you mean and mean what you say and not care what anybody thinks, stand on your ideals and be willing to fight for them. In other words, stand on what's good for you and be willing to fight for what's good for you. Pluto is making its last transformational changes in Capricorn, meaning everything at your base, at your core, that root, that chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, those things are changing. Probably how you see the world and how you believe is changing. How you believe in yourself, how you see yourself is changing. Where you see yourself going and growing is changing. Take advantage of these last 3 months. Take advantage of this last week and a half of Mercury retrograde and Mars being in retrograde. Use it to your advantage. Be very clear, become very crystal clear about what you think and how you feel. And I want you to become very crystal clear about how you really view the world. I even have had to change. I have changed a lot of my ways that I view the world. And how I choose to interact with it. And I choose a neutral zone. I choose neutrality. I choose to call out the BS on any side and all sides. I choose neutrality. Because from that space, I can choose peace. From that space, I can choose my own internal power. From that space, I'm not beholden to anyone and I'm not dependent upon anyone or anything. It is what it is. So while I was really thrilled to see, I kind of like a little pizzazz and a little, action going on in our House of Representatives. Like the English get that all the time. The Parliament be, throwing shoes, chairs, everything else. I love it. Arguing, fussing, cussing. I love it. Anyway. Well, I was happy for that. It was also thoroughly embarrassing. If you are a Republican. Like y'all really couldn't get this together. 15 votes. Y'all couldn't come to an agreement. I'll call a spade a spade. I just, but I choose to look at things neutrally. I really didn't think, I guess I knew, but I didn't really know that big tech people that were running big tech really, honestly, feel like they are the rulers of everything. I mean, I knew it, but I didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? So when things come up and hit you in the face, like young men falling out on a field, and don't believe the hype, they were not hit. They did the hitting. They were not hit. When things just come up and you see them and you're like, this makes no sense, don't just brush it off. Look at it. Okay. And allow yourself the latitude to be able to not see the world through the same glasses you always have. All right. That's my little speech. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So this is what we're going to do. I hope that helped you guys. We're going to talk probably a little bit more tomorrow. A little bit more about manifestation or about creating your world. I want to talk about like quantum leaps and bending timelines and switching timelines for our own good. And then I kind of want I want to hear from you all what you want more of. This year I want to do more teaching. But I also know that you guys really enjoy when I do tarot readings and I pick apart the astrology chart and stuff like that. So but I also love guys talking about current events and what that means for us. So I have a lot of loves, and that doesn't always help the channel growth. So here we go. Join. I'm going to drop the link. And I'll be on here for a little bit longer, and we can start having some other conversations, okay? Thank you guys for liking, subscribing, and sharing. My goal within the first 3 months of this year, we're at 9,100 right now. Subscribers, I'd like to get to 10,000. So that means I'm going to have to do better at being on here more. And we'll start doing more shorts and things like that. But that's my goal. So any way that you all can help, and a big way to help is just hitting that like button and making sure that people subscribe. So let's talk about some things. Michelle Maples, I don't know, and I have not talked about, there's been a lot that's happened. Steve Boss, aka Twitch, is passing. My intuition tells me that something is shady around that whole thing. Wow. I thought when that first happened, my inclination was probably the same. But also I have to say this, I'm not certain that the man didn't have just, that he wasn't just suffering from mental health issues. You know what? Let me tell you something. People can smile in your face and be just, like they're laughing and they're joking, and they're dying inside. Now, I know that there's a lot of rumors and things that have been said, like about Ellen DeGeneres, who he was her DJ. I don't know if any of those stories are true or not. I have no idea. I do find it hard, like my heart tells me, let's just say, to believe that he would have unalived himself. But I don't know the man. I didn't know him. I can just tell you, when I kind of did a little poking and searching, I didn't sense that there was anything shady. The only shady thing I could think of potentially is maybe he's in witness protection. Because interestingly enough, I find it very difficult to reach him spiritually. Hey, Kimby, how are you? Betsy, happy, healthy new year to you as well. Thanks so much, dear. I had a wonderful stay with the fam. This is difficult. Okay, yeah, okay, so let me close this out with DJ Twitch. Guys, some of the talents or abilities or whatever, some of you know, is that I possess as being a medium, right? So a lot of times when people will pass, whether they're famous or whether they're not famous, if asked, I'll just kind of poke around, or I'll kind of, it's just natural, I think, to just reach out to the other side. Sorry. What was interesting to me was it was very difficult for me to reach him. And I didn't get the feeling that I was reaching him on the other side. Now, that could be that his spirit had not yet really released itself from being here, from being human, because that can happen. Sometimes spirits, people will say, get trapped or whatever, and I don't think of it as being trapped. They don't want to leave. Some spirits take a lot longer to figure out that they're disembodied than others. And I've just heard them explain it as, we don't really understand because we're still like interacting with this world in human form, but we really don't understand because we're interacting with this world in human form. We don't really grasp just how much of that interaction is actually energetic and it's not really quote unquote physical. So when you give up your body, the perceptions are all still the same, because that's really truly how you were perceiving it, the world. I hope that made sense. So I couldn't immediately pick up on him being outside of his body. I still can't say that I can. Some of these unalivings or passings, sometimes I feel are, okay, this is really going to get deep, guys. Are you ready for this? This is about to get real deep. This is about to get real deep. Thank you so much, Michelle. Some of these folks that pass, sometimes I feel like what's more so being happened is less that they're passing and more that we're getting flipped to a different timeline. How many of you guys watched, like on Disney Plus, the Loki series? Or if you've watched like the Marvel series, how many of you guys saw like the last Spider-Man where there was like, was it Spider-Man? Yeah. Um, the last Spider-Man movie, or the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse movie. Yeah, any of those movies where they've begun to talk about multiple timelines and universes. We've talked about this for a long time, but those movies really show you it is entirely possible to jump timelines. It is entirely possible to choose which timeline you wish to live. It is entirely possible to change your future by changing your timeline, because all of the timelines exist simultaneously right now in the quantum realm. There is no differentiation between one or the other. The only differentiation is your choice that you make and where you wish to reside. Sometimes I feel like we've been switched onto a different track. And that those of us who really are adept at tapping in multidimensionally, I feel like that might be why we have a hard time maybe recognizing that an entity has left a specific timeline, because I'm not entirely sure that that person's not still here. Because I'm not really clear which timeline I'm being presented. And there's so many deep fakes that are done, and so much like manipulation of energy as it's information as it's presented to us on television or social media. It's hard to know what's what. So I just threw us down a whole nother rabbit hole. Yeah. Hey, the North must remember. How are you, beloved? Good to see you. Now I saw, where's Sebastian? What was you asking me? So we went down that situation. Happy soon to be birthday, LRGA. Who had a birthday? Somebody else had a birthday, and I missed it. Michelle, happy belated birthday. Okay, here we go. Where's Sebastian? Sebastian, how you doing, baby? Happy New Year, honey. Honey, I've been out here on vacation. I'm back though. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Alfia. Yeah, I enjoyed his talents. What are my thoughts about? Let me get back to the questions, guys. And I did put the link down, drop the link of it. I could drop it again if I need to. What are your thoughts about how thin the veil is right now? I feel like we keep saying that, Sharicia. um, we keep saying it, and I think people don't take it as seriously anymore because we say it so much. Um, it feels non-existent to me. It feels non-existent to me. That's the best way I can put it. Feels non-existent. Thank you, Christina. Actually, this is a sweater dress. Kim B says, passing away by self-inflicted harm, so many layers, and the sadness for Twitch's family absolutely being in the public eye makes their grieving process harder. I can't imagine having to grieve like that. Hey, Natasha. Phantom leg pain. Yes, exactly. Chanquella. So is your question, is she really gone? Yes. Yes, she's gone. Yes, it was violent, a violent passing. Yes, the Cabo 6 are responsible, allegedly, according to what I see in the spirit, allegedly. I am not entirely certain that she will ever get justice, though. Kim, talking about his soul. You know, I was going to have a woman on here, and I should see if I can get her on here still on the Sunny Soul podcast. That talks about that really, she's a medium that speaks to souls that have unalived themselves. It is interesting what happens to one's soul or spirit as you transition after you've done that to yourself. Because you had to be very tormented in the body with the life that was being lived in order for you to be wanting to do that. So there's a relief that comes because it's a relief from the mental and sometimes physical as well anguish. And then there's a regret in a sense. But then the release that happens becomes less of whether or not you're going to heaven or not, or whether your soul is in absolute damnation. But it becomes more of are you, because of how it happened and what happened, are you, just like with violent unalivings, there's a shock to the system that's probably worse than in a violent than in a violent by someone else's hand or rather than by your own. And I say that because by somebody else's hand, that wasn't necessarily your choice to make at the time, right? And so there's this fear factor of I'm actually about to be gone from this planet. Wow, I did not think we were going to go here tonight. But then there is a factor of so that fear factor then when the spirit is detached from the body, there's like mass confusion. And then there's I didn't get a chance to say certain things to certain people, and so you stay attached to this earthly realm. When it's by your own hand, there's a level of the peace that you have made with the fact that you wish to exit. There's sorrow, there's pain, frustration, anguish, despair. It's a different set of energetic emotions, right? Different set of emotions that come into play. So the release from the earth is not necessarily as difficult. And there's already more of a detachment from what is going to happen with those that are here still, because you've already made this decision and made peace with yourself that you can't continue on, and incorrectly thought that everybody else was going to be better off without you. I hope that makes sense. So what I find when I have before contacted loved ones that this happened to, that they transitioned by their own hand, I think there might have been one over all these years that I knew was not at peace. That I knew was not at peace. And a lot of times those that unalive themselves by their own hands will come back again and do it all over again in another body. They'll reincarnate faster. Because they definitely didn't get anything done they were supposed to. Okay. Thank you, Ceresia. Okay, here we go. Because they are transient into another dimension. Exactly. I know I'm going back. Okay, Sebastian, I'm going to get back to the FBI and Shankwala. We were jumping all around. Here we go. I don't think you're automatically... I don't... This is going to rock the world a little bit. I don't think you're automatically damned, period. I think that that is something that we made up. I think it takes a lot to get to something called damnation. Hey, Sharon, how are you, beloved? Okay. No. Y'all know one of my favorite songs. Well, maybe y'all don't. Yeah, but those of you that have been with me for a while know one of my favorite songs is Stevie Wonder's As. Let me bring up the lyrics. There's a line in this song. Oh, good Lord. Could you go any smaller? Could you be in a smaller? Child. Let me see if I can make this bigger. I would sing it, but you know, they'll demonetize this certain thing. Here, let me show you. Y'all go find this song, go stream it. Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, wherever, go stream it. It's one of my favorites. Oh my gosh, I would run around this house singing it. But the bridge. Okay, here we go. This is kind of not really, well, this is not really the bridge. We all know sometimes life hates and troubles can make you wish you were born in another time and space, but you can bet your lifetimes that and twice it's double that God knew exactly where he wanted you to be placed. So make sure when you say you're in it, but not of it, you're not helping to make this earth a place sometimes called hell. Change your words into truth and then change that truth into love. And maybe our children's grandchildren and their great grandchildren will tell, I'll be loving you. Okay, anyway, what's my point? I tend to be of the belief at this point that this earth is, if hell exists, it's got to be right here. It's got to be right here. What could be worse than this? So I think that it's a construct in a way. Is there an underworld? Yes. I just damnation. I got a problem. I don't know. I don't know why anymore. I just when I realized that what we consider heaven is higher dimensions and other worlds, and us being outside of this body and able to go back to from whence we came and being in a frequency of love and honor and respect and joy. And if you've done something, but I feel like there's some people that have done things so horribly that they are tapping into such low octave vibrations that we can't really comprehend, that those of us of the light, that I do believe that they go to that. Now that I'll give you is hell. But I don't believe somebody unaliving themselves. You have to, let me say something. Think about this. For you to unalive yourself at your own hand, that automatically to me says there had to be some mental health issue. I don't see where there could be any other way beyond that. Unless somebody forced you to unalive yourself, and then that's still really not you unaliving yourself by your own hand for your own cause and for your own reason. That's still somebody else basically committing red rum. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that how do you damn anybody for that? You know, these are just listen. We kicking off 2023 with a lot of deep conversations. I'm gonna go back to Shanquella for a minute. Are the FBI truly doing anything or not? I don't think so, and I will tell you why. Not that one's life is more important than another, but I find it very hard to stomach that you didn't know who unalived those 4 students. It was at 4 in Idaho. You didn't know. You had no idea other than you heard about a white Hyundai. And you traced and tracked that person down. But you have video evidence. You have video evidence. Now, let me also say this on the Shanquella Robinson situation. My feeling on the subject. I think a lot of people, a lot of commentators here on YouTube are saying that Mr. Gerardo Zuniga is somehow lying or whatever. Okay, you go down there and you leave here, go there into Cabo and investigate. How about you do that? I don't feel like they really understand what the situation was. The police report was a lie. The doctor lied. The Cabo 6 lied. And he didn't find out about it until he was investigating an older gentleman disappearing down there in Cabo, and the police gave him this case 2 or 3 weeks after. So how y'all gonna fault him? That being said, at this point now, yes, the Mexican government has issued an extradition request. However, there are also federal statutes that would cover them, our government being able to charge them here on a state side. There's 1853 or something like that. I think U.S. Code 1853. Don't quote me. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. At any rate, no, they're not doing what they need to be doing. They should have been picked these people up, and at least the one girl, and shipped her down there, extradited her. So I don't think that they care. So this is why when y'all talk to me about, being on one side of this political aisle or the other, I tell you, neither side cares. So what? We've got a Democrat-controlled Department of Justice, which is where the FBI reports to. And they haven't done anything for that girl. I don't think they're going to, personally. That's me. All right, here we go. Question, Michelle. I have a question I've never thought about until now. If you pass and you don't know you pass and trap yourself on the earth plane, how can you reincarnate? You do figure out that you've passed. You do figure that out. Well, that's probably not entirely true. Until you recognize that, you cannot reincarnate. Which is why we have haunted houses and haunted this and haunted that. Those folks ain't trying to reincarnate. Those folks are actually, and still, they ain't trying to give up their houses either. So you don't reincarnate. You stay trapped. Thanks, Kim. Oh, y'all sung that song in choir. That's a difficult song. As is difficult. Yes, Stevie Wonder's a musical genius. Lifetimes, yeah. Oh, religious control can't exist unless there's something to be afraid of. That is exactly true, Sharon. Control cannot exist, period, if there's nothing to fear and no consequences. I don't know that, Ceresia, who unalives themselves out of malice or manipulation to punish someone? And that, to me, still says I'm mentally ill. Like, only a mentally ill person would legitimately, out of malice or manipulation, unalive themselves. You're still mentally ill. They did buy the doctor. So what happened was that money, there was that 5K. This is allegedly. This is my opinion. Allegedly. This is my alleged. This is not my alleged opinion. This is what I believe in my opinion from what we know with the Shankola case. I know I'm jumping back and forth, guys. I'm sorry. They were refunded a certain amount of money. I believe that the resort area paid that doctor off and paid the police off. They paid the police off because ain't no way, from what I understand about the condition of her body, there was no way you could look at her and think, oh, she was just drunk. She beat up. Here. Oh, okay. Guilty people. Well, yeah, they should be. Yeah, and they should be extra. Okay, here we go. You're welcome. Oh, thank you, beloved. Thank you. Well, that one right there. Thanks. All right, guys. All right, we've been on about an hour. Good. We did good today. Okay, I'm gonna be getting on out here. I don't wanna hurt you too much. I actually still have this ultimate bundle. I should put this link down in the box below. I've kept it at the extra 23% off. It's still over there. So it's like 228. So it's 8 of like some of the most powerful classes and such that I've done over the time, and I bundled it all together. So you can get all of it for 297. Even if there's some of them, like even if you have some of them and then you don't have others, like even grabbing the 2023 business bundle if you didn't get that, or the guided meditation, how to create guided meditations for yourself bundle, or the 12 chakra teaching bundle, or the class, like any of those, any one or two of those classes, honestly, on their own are probably going to be worth about that 297, or 2 or 3 of them. So if you've been at 1 or 2 of my master classes already, I say still go grab it. I'm going to actually put the link in the description when we get off of here. So go grab it. It's what is the link? I don't even remember anymore. Good Lord. It's been too long since I've been here. Hold on. Let it keep scrolling. Okay. ultimate.limitlesslightworker.me. And you can, I even have it set up for 3 payments, like $77. So it's even cheaper than right here. So go grab it, guys. Yeah, we are going to be talking a lot about a lot this year. I'm doing a lot of summits, and I'm doing a lot of podcasts, and we're putting together like in-person events, and this is a huge year. I'm relaunching Lightworker Academy in March of this year. So it's gonna literally be an actual academy. So like you'll be able to take like courses in astrology and courses in tarot and courses in psychic medium. And I'm going to get an NLP practitioner as well to come and teach NLP. I'm going to get an EFT practitioner to come and teach EFT. I have hoodoo practitioners. I have those that practice the craft. Um, we're gonna get like a more in-depth tarotist probably, and I'm gonna get another astrologer that is, like way beyond me. We're gonna have classes in herbalism, like all sorts of things. I'm getting a specialist in the Akashic and Galactic records. It is like you'll be able to actually take courses like an academy. And then we'll still have our business courses and still help you start your business. And I'm even expanding that, the TV station, everything. Like I'm just thrilled with what we're doing. Um, and hopefully that will then actually allow me a little bit more time to be here. But I want you guys to tell me what you would like to see this year. Like, do you want to see more tarot reads online? Do you want to see more astrology? I know that people have asked me to teach some of the basics about astrology on here, so we can definitely start doing that. Do you want to see more talk, like more kind of talk show, just kind of commentary about current events from an energetic point of view? You guys know that's what I love to do. Um, interviews, like just let me know what you want to see, because I'm looking for kind of to broaden this channel's already broad, but I really want to feed you what you would like to hear. Okay. More meditations. Yes. I got to get back to that. I was doing those regularly. I don't do them enough. You're exactly right, Sharon. Thank you. Thanks, Michelle. Maybe this would be of a role in your. You know what? We would love to have you. We would love to have you. You like the variety. Okay. Well, numerology. Yes, I need to get somebody to teach numerology, and then we'll talk more about it as well here. So, we'll start doing shamanic initiations this year. I'll let you guys know more. Like I'm actually about to do another round of Reiki attunement. So I don't know if anybody out here wants to become Reiki attuned. But if you do, let me know and I will drop links and let you guys know how much those attunements are. You can join the folks at the Academy that get it as part of their program. And we could do that too. All right, gang, I'm going to get on off of here. I'm going to go talk to my grandbabies. And I feel like I should be wrapping their gifts from their sister. Yep, we're doing, level 2. Let me see. When are we doing that? Okay, that's that week. Reiki level 2 attunement is going to be on Tuesday the 17th from 6 to 9 p.m. Central. Level 2 is Tuesday the 17th from 6 to 9 p.m. Central. Level 2 is 150. So, all right, guys. Sharon, I'll send you some information about it, okay, honey? Well, I hope I see you before March, Kim. I hope I see you before March. Thanks, Teresa. We'll be back tomorrow, guys. I'll get back on my Sunday Soul podcast tip. So, all right, guys, let me get on out of here. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys so much. Namaste. Hi, guys.